Good morning, Intenders.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Morning Intentions. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, and a special announcement. I don't know if you can hear my drum roll on the table or not, but if you can, it is episode 200 of Morning Intentions this year. So thank you all who have joined us for all 200, and actually thank you if you've only joined us one time. Either way, we're so glad you're here with us.
200. That's great. I've loved every one of them.
I have
really
too.
have.
It's been so much fun, so insightful, and I learned a lot about myself.
I learn a lot about myself too. I think that's why I like doing this so much, because we can understand these concepts in an intellectual way, but then as we talk about them together, like, where does this fit into my life? That's what I love about the podcast. And that's a nice segue for what I'm going to bring to the podcast today, Ada. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for going so thoroughly through all these markers of the never enough cycle. I finished with the podcast with you yesterday, and I started thinking about all the different, like we talked about, well, number one, that moving the goalposts, that applied to me. And then really understanding all the other different ways that you explained to us and shared with us. I think there is a hurdle, though, with all of these that we need to discuss, the two of us.
A hurdle?
A hurdle. Because if I can recognize that I do fall into having some of these markers for the never enough cycle, there's a big hurdle, and this is it. I was thinking about this all day yesterday. Our culture sometimes runs in families, but really as a culture, we kind of wear exhaustion as a badge. And what I mean by that is we glorify the person who works 16 hours a day. Oh, they're such a hard worker. They're here. They work 16 hours a day. There's never a time when they're not available. And that's glorified in our culture. It can be glorified within families. It can be glorified in certain professions. But I think as a whole, that's such a huge component of this.
I agree.
So and this is how I was playing it out in my mind. So if I finish something, and then I move the goalpost, well, then remember at the end of the podcast yesterday, I say, well, then I'm just going to get up 2 hours earlier and then keep on going. That's what made me think about this.
I didn't catch that.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I need, if you know me, I need 9 hours of sleep, but I rarely get 9 hours of sleep. But if I'm getting 8 hours of sleep or 7 hours of sleep and that to-do list is getting too long, I'll get up 2 hours early to make sure, okay, I got to catch up. How do I justify this in my mind? I've often said for years, well, I'll just get up 2 hours earlier for a few days and I'll get caught up. Well, then I'm kind of tired. And our culture glorifies fatigue. If you are working hard, if you are burning your candles at both ends, if you're burning the midnight oil, they say, oh, now that person's going to be successful. And so this is something that I think we all need to think about because it's admired. And there's a huge cost to it. That's for sure.
I take it one step further than you. It's more than admired. In many ways, it's idolized.
Tell us more.
Well, that's seen as the standard. That's seen as the way, if you were good, if you were someone of worth, you'd be acting just like that too. You would be getting little sleep. I remember someone I knew in years gone by would often say, oh, I got 3 hours of sleep last night. Oh, I got 4 hours of sleep last night. And it was said in the way of, look how hard I'm working.
It's a badge of honor.
It's that badge of honor. And all I could think of, that sounds really unhealthy. I'm not someone who sleeps a lot. I don't do it because I'm hustling. I just don't sleep a lot.
You just have trouble sleeping.
I have trouble sleeping
Or is that true, though? I mean, if you are sharing with us what you have shared, can you not sleep because you're always going, even in your own mind?
I never thought about that as a mental exercise because I'm not staying up hustling. I'm actually staying up and doing some of my joys. I'm reading that I love to do just for fun, not to hustle. I am exercising for fun. I am doing a lot of things that are fun. At night, that's my time where I get to do all my fun things that I don't always have time during the day. And also, I do struggle with sleeping, but I've actually gotten a lot of help with that. I got myself a weighted blanket, and that has been a game changer for my sleep. They're not for everyone, but boy, has it been helpful. I'm getting more into that sleep stuff, but that's like a digression. I don't not sleep because I'm hustling. I just struggle with sleep. Those are two different things.
I'm going to remind you, though, of...
Oh, this sounds like a mom reminder.
A little bit of a mom reminder here. I think this is you healing, because I do know in the past, yes, you would work out at night, but that's because you thought you should work out at night because you either sat all day or this, that, and the other.
Oh.
I think you have done a lot of healing, and you're currently doing some healing to make it more of a joyful experience. Am I correct?
I'd say there's been extra pressure in the past where I did like it. I kind of had this self-criticism masquerading as motivation.
Yes.
I've been sitting all day, so I better do a workout.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Where
Okay.
lately I've been hearing more of a joyful approach to your working out as opposed to, oh gosh, now I got to go work out. And that's where I think it's important to realize that we can do a specific activity from a more fearful place, that self-criticizing place, or a joyful, like, I just really love doing this and I love to end my day this way. You're going to sleep better if you do that too.
I think there's a lot of truth in what you said. And from this month, there has been a pretty big shift in how I've seen the world and how I am trying to show up with more of a joyful heart. I'm trying to just do things because I like doing them. And as I look around my life, that's basically everything I do. I just like doing it. So I don't need to have this extra never enough cycle pressure even added to it. I enjoy going to work. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy my home. I enjoy my dog. I enjoy my joys. I like it all. But then I was sucking the joy out of it by adding all this extra pressure.
Do you think we could end the never enough cycle if we changed our attitude?
I think we can.
Because what you're saying is it's not really that you weren't enjoying all the things that you were doing, but it was the attitude that you were bringing to it.
That's 100% correct. And I think that's what we can reflect on for our weekly reflection tomorrow. I think that'd make a great discussion.
I would love to have that as our reflection, because part of that we didn't get a chance to talk about this week, well, I guess we did kind of, is how powerful our inner critic is. And learning to recognize what our inner critic is sharing and that isn't so useful, so that we can change how we're approaching what we do in our lives. I mean, if we have a profession that we either received training or we went to school for, we would say, well, there was one day that we thought this was a great idea, that we would really enjoy working in this field. And then if it becomes this drudgery, well, why has it become a drudgery?
Yeah, what changed from when you're making the choice to go into that career to today?
Yes. So yes, let's talk about all of this in our reflection tomorrow.
Sounds wonderful. I can't wait. But for today, our intention is a curiosity question. Do I see exhaustion as a badge of honor? Do I see exhaustion as a badge of honor? Thank you so much for joining us today. Our day is better because you are part of our day. See you tomorrow.
See you then.